I am Professor Vinster, and welcome to Jurplastic World.
Well, this is where it all starts. Right here. Right this unit right here. And what I'm going to do is remove the supports. And there you go. This is the start to our giant airbrush. Yeah, we're making a giant airbrush. I can't believe it. Actually, if this one turns out the way I want it to turn out, we're going to even make a bigger one. So there you go. There's the nozzle. Is that not cool or what? I'm I'm so excited. This is going to be so much fun. And I won't even tell you the surprise. You'll have to wait to the end to see exactly what I'm going to do with it. So, will it work or will it just be for show? That's the question. Now, we have a bunch of the other pieces that were made. This is the bowl, which we, of course, the tip again. And this part here, I left this part here like this so that I can line it up on the trigger handle part. So that's the part of the airbrush too. So, but what I wanted to show you was this piece. Now this piece is the the center of it, and the part that I used actually has some threads in it to thread together. And this is really cool because I want to show you how the supports come out. I could have broke them off, but I thought this was kind of cool to take the supports out like this. This makes the thread stay together inside like that. So that's the inside of the airbrush, and that's the actually the supports, which is really neat. Now, I broke some of them off, but I thought I'll spoon them or spool them out. It'd be kind of neat. So there you go. So there's another part of the airbrush, and there's parts on here that still have to be cut off from the support part. We just take those and cut them off like that. There you go. There it is, nice and clean. There you go. So that was kind of neat. Okay, handle for the airbrush, the big airbrush. I got to remember to keep it in the screen here for you guys. Now, I'm going to remove this. This part here actually came off pretty good. The reason I do these supports, a lot of guys will say, okay, well, it's at a 45. It'll do okay. But sometimes when you do it that way, it'll do a swirl. So I don't want the swirl. So what I try to do is I do it with this. I let the machine decide. I do the degree of the actual support angle, and it does a pretty good job, and it saves mistakes. So I'd rather have a little more material in the actual supports, because I do everything pretty well hollow, except for something like this. This is not hollow. This does have a percentage. I think it's only 5%, but the skin that I use, the outer layer, is pretty good. I think it's 3. I think I got it at 3. And the material I use, of course, I use PLA Plus. Actually, PLA Plus. I don't know if this is a super one or something like that. Anyway, stuff works great. So get this all off. Now, that's the spot that I was telling you about that joins up with this. That way I know exactly where it goes. And with filler and all that, it'll work. It'll yeah. Sometimes you just gotta go. My son always says, do the Sometimes when I'm watching something that I don't prefer that I'm seeing, I don't really get political, but sometimes I don't like what I see. And somebody's saying something kind of weird. There's the hand up there. So then I don't really agree with it. So I go, okay, now we got another. This is actually the end of the airbrush. And this, where the supports are here, these are threads. And it's going to have the adjustment for the airbrush. So anyway, let's get this off. I put those down because I like to see where I'm going. As you get older, eyesight. I mention it in many of my videos. It's not that I can't see. It's just I don't think I've ever really actually, on even models when I worked at as a kid, I always, I don't know, the eyes were, always wore glasses, made from grade 1. Anyway, that should help here. Let's see if we can pull that off. It's not how I wanted it, but hey. Now remember, these kind of knives break off. As one of the blades gets dull, you kind of bust it, so it can bust, so just make sure you're prepared for it. There we go, pull that off. See if I get under that. There we go. Okay. Now, I want to try to, I'm not sure if that's straight through or not. Let's just see if I put that on there like that. Spinning that around. Okay, so that's there. Now this side here, there we go. Now this is threaded inside too on this side. Now the other thread on the other side, I would like to get it out in one piece, if I can. Oh, I'd like to try. If I can. Let's see if I can. I would like to. Let's see if I can pop that open a bit. It'd be really good if I could. Pop that like that. Because then I can use the vernier caliper to measure the thread so I can adjust the part that I've actually designed to thread in there. So I'm hoping that this is going to go my way. At least have a piece of it so I can measure it. Well, we haven't got it all out yet. There we go. It's way deep inside, so. Whew. Okay, I think we got it, so I can pull it out. I messed around a little bit off camera because it was like really 20 minutes of holy macro. So if I open these scissors up, I might be able to use it like a wrench. Now if I roll this way, we'll see what happens. Oh, I think it's working. I think it's working. I think it's working. Okay, here we go. I'm holding it open so that it comes out because I need to measure this. All right. All right. And we got a good chunk. Yes. That's what I wanted. Oh. All right. So the other side still has to be cleaned out, but I'm not so worried about that at the moment. This part is. There we go. The other side needs to be cleaned so it'll go straight through. That is awesome. That's what I wanted. That way I can take this and measure the outside of the threads and then twirl it. So, okay. That's in inches. Don't want inches. I want it in millimeters. Okay, let's zero this out. Zero. Oops, why is it not zeroing? There we go. Zero out. Okay. Okay, so that's 3633. Okay, there we go. Just took my eyewear off. Starting to get a little sweaty, a little red around the forehead. Anyway, that's the way that I want it to do it so that I can make the adjustment and make the actual thing for the end of the airbrush to adjust the sensitivity. So that's cool. This is just the piece that came out. So, but what a bonus! What a bonus to be able to save that. Just like the last one, I was able to save the last one too for the bigger thread. I think it fits on this side. Well, it fits on this one for sure. Here we go. So it goes in here. So if I need the measurement for that, fits on one of these. Yeah, there you go. Oh, good. Okay, I'm back. I got a really bad knee today, so hopefully my knee doesn't give out on me. Anyway, I'm going to start putting this together. And we'll see what happens. Make sure that's put that there, put a lid on that. And we'll go for the gold here. Without gluing myself to it. That part's good to go. Just want to, before it gets too close to gluing up, push down on that. Push the finger down on that. We keep it straight. We'll do a little bit of putting and sanding. Other than that, hopefully we got it. Yeah. Come on. That's it right there. Come on. Don't want to glue myself. But if I have to, I will. Keep it in the right spot. I don't know if you ever tried to get this hot glue stuff apart. It ain't fun. It's not fun. I don't know, 8 That's not exactly the way I wanted it, but hey. Oh, that's not even glued. It's screwed and glued. Bad knee hobbling back. Okay, so now, if that goes like that, then that means that this should go here, like that, I believe. Now the tricky part is, it's got to be the bowl. But you can do the bowl on an angle, actually. That's what I was kind of thinking. You kind of need to have the bowl on an angle, or you have it straight up. Let's do it straight up. Oh, my nose. Let's put the tip on first. Oops, I blocked that. Now there's the top where it has to go. Now let's get this right this time. Now you see me putting the glue on here. Okay, enough glue there. Okay, put that there like that. Put it as even as we can. Push down. Give it some kicker. Keep pushing. It's actually stuck in there. Well, it didn't stick to my hand, but it's taking that sweet time. Okay, yeah, because the leg was hurting, I wasn't paying attention. I had a cable in front of my camera, but anyway, hopefully we could get around that. Here's the airbrush, so it should be at the proper angle now. Give you an idea of what it's like. The giant airbrush. Yeah, so it's not done yet. Of course, we're gonna have to paint it and stuff like that. Not exactly. I don't really like that, but hey, we're gonna sand that. It's not too bad. Set that down. Alrighty. Well, I've got it painted silver, which I think looks really, really cool. So what I'm going to do, got a couple things to install here. The push button, I painted that gold in the adjustment. This is if you want to use it as a push button. Put that in there, like that. That's cool. And then we have the end, which it does the adjustment that screws in. So there we go there. There we go. Put it right there. There we go. And the next step is to paint this black. Now I'm going to brush paint this black. The rest of the gun I actually did with the spray gun out in the garage. So hopefully that looks okay to you. I'm not sure if I'm going to clear coat it. I might wait a bit because that's how you end up getting bubbles. If the paint, or not bubbles, but they call it orange peel. The paint's not cured quite enough. So anyway, that's it so far. And we're going to paint that black. Okay, our black paint. Now the reason I'm hand brushing this is because I want kind of a texture on it. A little more. Plus, I don't want to have to tape the silver. If I tape the silver, I could end up pulling it off. Oop, hey, there's the camera. That's the thing about painting at the same time as filming. Let's push this back up here. We'll get it back in the camera. I noticed we got out of the camera, I believe. Back in there. Have to get back in the detail in there. Change the brush. Got a bit on the silver. That's okay. Just leave it there and then I'll be able to take it off easier. So there you go for now. I'll put this in the water. Hi, I'm Professor Venster, and I just finished making the largest airbrush in the world, as far as I know. Here it is. So here we go. And this is how we paint. Believe it or not, and I don't like to disappoint, but as of right now, it does not spray, but it's hollow, and I am working on something, and I should be able to make a mechanism to actually make this spray. How good it'll spray, I don't know. But anyway, that's my next, well, maybe not my next task, but it's in the thoughts. So I don't want to disappoint anybody, but I think it looks great. I really do. I think it looks pretty amazing. Looks like almost like metal. Go ahead, punk. Make my day. Professor Vincer here. I'm with the largest paint. Uh, I'm I'm actually with the largest airbrush in the world. Professor Vinster. I'm with the scratch that one. I want to make a thumbnail of this. Cha cha cha. Go ahead, make my day. Yeah, here.
Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.